Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the ESL India Premiership Master League Summer Season. I'm your host, Angela, and this event is brought to you by Women by HP, HyperX, and Tel, and organized by Nodwin Gaming. So, the So Strong servers went down, due to which we won't be able to show you the rest of the game of Counter Strike. But as of now, the score is 12-13 in favor of War. The update of the score will be put up right after the DOTA 2 game on the online site. So, do check it out after the game if you want to know what exactly happened between War and Portal Esports. But moving on next, we have Dota 2 for you folks. It's going to be ATE Gaming going up against ROG Titans. So let's first see who these two teams are and what they're all about. ATE Gaming, let's see you first. Alright, so that is ATA Gaming, a recently formed team under the ATA banner, the ATA Esports, and they are going to be going up today against another team who are also from Mumbai, since ATA is from Mumbai. It's going to be ROG Titans, the veterans in Dota 2. Let's see them next. Alright, so that is ROG Titans for you all. As of now in the summer season, they've already played 2 games, winning them both, while ATE Gaming has been having a mixed performance. They've taken 1 game but lost 1 game too. So these two teams are going to be head on to each other because it's a Mumbai-based team. I hope the servers keep on going and I hope they don't have any lags. To make this game more interesting, it's not going to be me doing the draft for you all today. We have an esteemed caster, Nishant Cloud Patel, who will be taking us through this draft with his co-caster, Floki. So let's quickly get into the draft because we're already running late with Dota 2, and I will see you all right after the game.
Welcome back to the ESL India Premiership. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here for the 2018 edition as ROG Titans will take on ATE Gaming in Phase 1. I'm CloudX and with me is Floki. We're going to be bringing you this best of...
I'm just fine. ROG Titans versus ATE. Gonna be exciting to see both of these teams play. ROG Titans are looking really strong in this Premiership. I remember ZXC buying that rapier on the Luna, Mask of Madness, and just destroying. I think it was, who was it? Was it Gullies? Was it Nefarious? I'm not sure, but it was one of those teams, and it wasn't really much to cast. But this game should be a bit more interesting.
You know, I see this game as a sort of checkpoint in the first month of the ESL India Premiership, because up until now we've always had the impression that ROG Titans and Signify are going to be leading the pack. ATE Gaming, it's an organization that's got a bit of legacy value coming along with it. It's a team that was legendary in Counter-Strike 1.6. The brand is now carrying forward a Dota 2 team, and you'd expect them to pick up someone of worth, someone with a lot of potential. So all eyes on ATE Gaming here. Can they give ROG Titans a run for their money and possibly even take them down? I mean, it's a tall order, but I would love to see it happen. I'm always rooting for the underdog.
Of course, it's always fun to see the less known and less respected team trying to come out on top and show these bigger teams that you guys can't always be at the top. You know, there's always going to be people clawing who are people who are hungrier than you, trying to fight their way. Curious first 2 picks for AT. What do you think of the Earthshaker and Witch Doctor right off the gate? I mean,
So I think Witch Doctor and Earthshaker are both very anti-illusion heroes, if that's one way to put it. I'm not sure if ROG Titans has shown an affinity towards picking up heroes like the Terrorblade or, you know, even the less popular Phantom Lancer. However, given the recent changes to the meta with the new patch that came out, I'm inclined to believe that, you know, you're rewarded for trying and dragging out games and taking it towards the later stages of the game, or at least pushing early and finishing early, or at least attempting to finish early isn't as easy as it was. Both the Witch Doctor and the Earthshaker are scalable supports with a lot of stalling potential, I'd say, which is probably one of the reasons why I can think of AT going for these two.
okay. So do you think this is going to be a more farming game? Do you think we're going to be seeing more Shadow Fiends mid, more farming gears, like, you know, less Death Prophet, less Dragon Knight? more of those mid juggernauts and
Mid
mid Zeus
Juggernaut,
perhaps.
I'm not so confident about a mid Juggernaut. I mean, while Jug does have merits and demerits about going in the middle lane, I think the cons mostly outweigh the pros, especially with the changes to the tower range that happened a couple of patches ago, right?
Oh yeah, you can't dive
Jug's,
as well anymore, I guess.
yeah, but I like what RG Titans are going. Sorry, what they're doing anyway. They've got the Sand King coming out for themselves with the Shadow Shaman next, so kind of a mix of disable and pushing potential.
I also
Um,
like how both of the supports on the side of ROG Titans can farm, right? Shadow Shaman can push out waves with Ether Shock if need be, and Sand King can go into the jungle, farm up a creep camp now and then, and just keep up with the enemy supports on the side of ATE.
What's AT Gaming looking for as their third pick? I mean, they've chosen to ban out the Beastmaster, the Clockwork, and the Death Prophet, so they're still worried about a potential push coming their way. The
Underlord
Clockwork
wouldn't be too
ban
bad,
kind of
but
indicates that they're looking for a hero to stand back and pound away. Perhaps something like, well, I don't want to say Sniper because that's really a cheese strat that you pick up at the last moment, but yeah, I think they want something that's capable of dishing out damage from a distance. I don't see too many reasons to ban out a Clockwork other than if you're looking to pick up something like a Sniper or heck, even maybe a Shadow Fiend.
Uh, I I don't know about the Clockwork pick either. I think this might be sort of a deny for the Shadow Fiend. Like it might be AT disincentivizing RG to go for that offlane Clockwork. I mean, still it is an offlane Clockwork, and it perhaps may not have as much impact, but you can still get those souls early on, sort of destroy the mid lane, and it also de-incentivizes. I mean, if you ban the Clockwork, it sort of counters Gyrocopter, so it indicates to me that AT probably are leaning towards the Gyrocopter. Clockwork, one of those heroes that can actually fare up well against the Gyro in the bottom lane if he gets a few levels going for himself. Even has solo killing potential on the Gyro for the first 15 minutes, I'd say. After that, it gets a lot harder though.
Well, third pick on the board for RG Titans here. Um, we should see them revealing some more of their cores here with this next pickup. What's a good mid? I mean, I'm already scared looking at AT Gaming's lineup, right?
Yeah.
Doom, Earthshaker, fairly tanky heroes. Earthshaker more disruptive than tanky. Doom at the same time, basically the delete button for anyone that RG Titans, anyone unfortunate enough to walk into him on the side of RG Titans. But look at this, RG
Okay.
Titans going with the Leshrac. Again, counterintuitive stuff coming out because the patch rewards turtling and going into the late game, whereas Leshrac and Shadow Shaman both really the kind of heroes that want to finish the game early off.
But I think this might be a position for Leshrac or something like that. Sand King probably goes offlane on the hands of A35. I I'm not too sold on the mid Leshrac right away, right? Because you can still pick heroes that do fairly well against it. This Leshrac is not as strong as he once was. He's not that cancerous lightning spamming disco pony in the mid lane, as people used to like to call it back then. But
That
with
is
that
true.
said, if this Leshrac does go mid, AT will have some sort of way to answer because unless ROG banned out the Shadow Fiend or maybe the Zeus, you're gonna have ways of dealing with the Leshrac. He's not gonna be that big of a
Yeah.
trouble for AT
Honestly, I
against
want to see
them.
a Pugna pickup from ATE Gaming here. It's essentially perfect. The Netherword is perfect versus both the Shadow Shaman and the Leshrac, and it's also a way to interrupt the Sand King's epicenter into the Blink.
Hmm.
I think Pugna's a really good fit here for ATE Gaming, and it's also going to plug one of their gaps, which is the lack of abilities to take down towers and structures on the side of ATE Gaming.
Okay, I think the Pugna is nice here, but I also think that the threat of the Sand King getting an early blink and then just sort of crushing the Pugna wherever he goes. I mean, Leshrac, he can melt the Pugna if he just gets that setup stun going for himself. He land the Split Earth, he has a lot of damage with Edict and Pulse Nova. AT gonna pick up the Terrorblade into the Leshrac. I'm not sure how I feel about this.
I'm not. I mean, honestly, I'm not too worried about that. I think in theory, sure, magic damage trumps Terrorblade because armor and all that. But I
Hmm.
think at the same time, Terrorblade is certainly going to go for a BKB in this particular matchup. He's got a frontliner in the form of Doom. He's got disengage potential with the Earthshaker and the Witch Doctor. I don't think it's a terrible pick here. And again, it also adds to their pushing potential. So why not?
Well, I do agree with that. AT don't really have a clear-cut way of taking towers, and Terrorblade might just come in handy over there. But with the recent changes to Tower Gold, I don't think this is going to be the sort of stick together, take early towers kind of a lineup. They don't want to go high ground really early on in the game. I think they might want to drag it out a little bit, just because of how de-incentivizing it is to go for those tier 2 and tier 3 towers nowadays. Give a lot less gold, and ROG are gonna go with the tiny.
And I'm not sure what's going on here because one would expect that the tiny doesn't get picked into the Terrorblade, right? Because
Yeah,
tiny has literally no armor to work with. Terrorblade's all physical DPS. I guess the control works. I guess the cleave helps too. Not to mention the magic damage, which could work versus the Terrorblade. But if this is an off-lane tiny up against a Terrorblade, Earthshaker, and a Witch Doctor, I just don't see what he's planning to do in the lane. Yeah, even if you throw a Sand King there, right? A Sand King and a tiny duel laning up against that tri lane, I'm still not convinced that they can hold their own.
well, that is true. Although I think this might be ROG just trying to experiment with experiment with the new patch, right? I mean, since it's de-incentivizing to go for towers and just stick together in 5-man in Dota, now you just rather farm all over the map as efficiently as possible. And Tiny is one of those heroes who can do it with the avalanche toss. He can clear out creep waves, he can grab a tree, hit some jungle creeps real quick, pick up some farm. And my pick for ROG is going to be the OD. So it is a safe lane Tiny, a mid OD, and an off lane Leshrac.
Confused as hell myself. Are we going to see like a one position Leshrac here? Is that an off lane tiny? It could be. I mean, yeah, it could be a dual lane with Leshrac and Sand King. Nah, Leshrac and Shadow Shaman going bottom, but then they're
I don't
not
think
going to have
that's
enough to deal with the duel there.
Okay, ET. They're gonna respond with their own cheese, and they're gonna go with the Meepo.
Hmm.
Could
I'm not
go
a fan.
either way.
I'm not a fan of this Meepo pick. I think it's going to take away a lot of much needed farm from the Terrorblade, and if it's an OD mid versus the Meepo, I don't think the Meepo is going to have a fantastic time there either.
Well, thing about Meepo is that once he hits that level 3 with the 2 Meepos and Poof, he can clear out the creep wave pretty easily. And
I mean, if it's a one-on-one and there's no one else coming to piss him off or harass him in the jungle, sure. But RG Titans, they're an experienced bunch. They've got some of the best supports in the business. I think they're going to be applying way more pressure than on the Nevermore. Is that his name? Than he can anticipate.
Well, if they do apply pressure on Nevermore, this might be space for their Leshrac, who I think is being played by A35. Oh, never mind. It's not being A35. It is
Evil Ash?
Yeah, it's Evil Ash gonna be playing that Leshrac. Okay, folks. So for the side of ROG Titans, I'm gonna quickly introduce all the players and the heroes they're playing. You're gonna be having
game is totally bugged. I need to reconnect.
Yeah, okay. While he reconnects, I'll introduce the players. We're gonna be having Zeresbug playing the Shadow Shaman, Adrenaline Rush, that's Evil Ash on his Leshrac. It's gonna be a mid OD in the hands of Archmage. Towards the bottom lane, we're gonna be having ZXE playing the carry Tiny and Sand King being played by A35. Smoke right off the bat here for ROG Titans.
Okay, I wish I knew what the hell was going on, but my camera just refuses to work. I can't move around. I'm gonna try restarting Dota once, and that doesn't work. I'll just reset the electricity for my whole grid.
Alright. While he's going to be taking extreme measures to make sure his computer works, looks like ROG are going to be taking extreme measures to secure this top room. 4 heroes now smoked up and they're moving in closer towards Khalnaik. He's going to get spotted. Borrow strike onto him, and this might be a dead Witch Doctor. The follow-up stuff from Adrenaline Rush, and ROG find the kill. Well, it's going to be helpful for Evil Ash on his position for Leshrac. Looks like it's going to be 2 runes for either side on the bottom lane. Doom, he is camping towards the bottom area. ZXE is going to go and trade some right clicks.
Okay, Dota restart seems to have fixed it. So it looks like I missed first blood, Witch Doctor.
Yep.
The casualty is there. Khalnaik unfortunately getting a taste of that ROG aggression. They're running an off-lane Leshrac with a Sand King to back him up, or is it the other way around? It's an off-lane Sand King with a Leshrac to back him up?
The courier's coming in, but he's gonna get stopped right outside the tier 3 tower for AT Gaming. Good map awareness there. They don't know where the Shadow Shaman is and knows that he can snipe the courier, so they're gonna keep it there for a while. Does have the healing salve of the Meepo in the mid lane.
Up top, meanwhile, we're gonna get a bit aggressive here. It's like
Earthshaker
coming in as well.
no real kill here should be happening as long as they don't goof up too much. Bottom lane's where the interesting part is though, so it's a 1v1 between...
Korea mid!
Korea mid! It's... Zetas bug.
He tried.
Oh,
Now that Korea's gonna have to juke the...
yeah,
I mean, he's
Shadow
gonna have to
Shaman.
juke Shadow Shaman all the way around. Look at this,
gonna
Zerisbug has made it his mission to get rid of that Korea, but...
Okay,
No
so
joy.
Korea is gonna take an awkward route all the way over here, like this. And while that's happening, bottom lane, Zerisbug is gonna TP in, so Zeus should not be having a fun time anymore. What do you think?
It's odd that Zerisbug started off with the Ether Shock as opposed to the Shackles.
Yeah, I think he recognizes that there's no kill potential bottom with the two of them there, so you might as well get the Ether Shock and harass Zeus out of the lane.
Yeah, I guess. Top. They did throw down that Earthshaker Fisher, but it looks like Earthshaker's gonna be the one going down with that lightning and an auto attack.
Oh,
Should have
but
got the kill. He actually tried for the split Earth stun instead. Gets the kill nonetheless.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Well, Eolash picking up another for himself. Has a good start on his left track here, and that might be a bit troublesome for AT if they don't kill him anytime soon. He's level 2 now, has his boots.
I just want to say I'm really happy that Ramses has changed his name over to ZXC.
Copyright infringement?
It's more about having your own identity, man. It's a thing in Indian pro gaming where they just decide to pick up a popular player's name and make it their own.
Okay. Well, in terms of last hits, it does look like ROG are coming out on top. Meepo isn't doing too well, has moved over to the jungle where he's gonna be farming neutral creeps at the level 3, so that's where he's gonna be for now.
Yeah, a slow start so far for both sides, but you know, with Meepo in the jungle, this slow start is going to start benefiting ATE Gaming. I'm a little surprised that more efforts haven't been made to shut down the Meepo, especially in the first 3 to 5 levels. He's just basically getting free reign of this jungle while Earthshaker is getting free EXP mid. This is working out really well for them.
Okay. Oh, top lane looks like Trinidad Rush, Eolash. They find the split earth, but Sand King can't really catch up for the Battle Strike. But they will turn on to the Witch Doctor. He's gonna get stunned up with the help of Eolash, and he's gonna get bought down. Mystery player Terrorblade might be in some trouble, and even if Eolash dies for this, it's probably gonna be worth it. But Meepo, he's coming with the rotation, with the boost. He's trying to find the kill, but A35 with the stun is gonna secure the kill on the Terrorblade. And now Nevermore, he might be in some trouble as well, dropping pretty low. A35 has 1 charges, and with the right flick from the Caustic Finale, he's gonna find the kill, but he might end up falling. He's just gonna try to TP out. He knows the cask is gonna be used. Eolash.
Okay. That was horrible. That was horrible for ATE Gaming. I was just commending them on how they made space for their Meepo. Meepo decides to go in and ends up getting brought down. They didn't even need to go hunting him. He basically hunted himself for them.
Okay. Looks like Nevermore was on suicide watch of late.
Back on the middle lane, OD sitting at 24 CS, leading the network charts as well. Just toggle the network chart for a moment. That's 4 heroes from the Radiant on top of the charts.
Oh yeah, this is not looking good at all. And Zetisbug in characteristic fashion is at the bottom of the net worth despite his team leading the charge. Oh, Zetisbug.
Things.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Bottom lane though, Zetisbug. Just as we talk about him, he's gonna get rooted up. Does have the haste though, so he's gonna be able to scurry away. Get the
Top
pull
lane,
up as well.
they've even got that observer ward placed down to watch ROG Titans movements. But unfortunately, ATE Gaming just haven't been able to make anything off of it. No metamorphosis for 70 seconds. Oh, 835. I don't think that was a kill. That was just an attempt to get him to use his salve.
I guess so.
Look at this. Earthshaker's coming in from behind. The ward vision is setting up perfectly. They could consider going for this kill on the Leshrac. He's isolated now.
He does have a bottle and 1 charger, so it's not gonna be an easy kill.
Yeah, without the metamorphosis, it's next to impossible actually.
Yep. Metamorphosis is more important than the Sunder in the early levels, I feel. Don't have it up, there's not gonna be much kill potential.
Doom seems to be doing okay though. He's disrupting the creep equilibrium, farming next to Zetisbug.
Yep.
I mean, of course, you've got the Leshrac doing significantly better than him in terms of net worth at least. In fact, he's even catching up in terms of EXP. Heck, the Sand King is level 4 in a dual off lane, as opposed to Zeus on this Doom, who's level 4 on a single off lane. I said he was doing well, but I'm gonna have to take that back. He's not doing too well.
Well, you can't say that the Doom is doing well. It's just that Eolash and A35 are doing better.
Yeah, that's fair. Well,
Okay.
on the Earthshaker though, he's up to level 2. I don't really think that has much significance, but walking around with
wasn't
boots.
Smoke the carry player for Team AT as far as I remember?
Guess
think
they're
it's
still
pretty bad.
experimenting. They're a new team.
Okay, well, play around, see what works. Top lane though. Misty player, he's trying to get the stack but might be in some trouble. 835
Uh-oh.
with the stun, adrenaline rush with the follow-up as well. He's dropping pretty low, has another lightning where the wand charges. Does have 6 but he's not gonna pop them.
Man, did you see the magic damage just taking down his HP? That was one
Yeah.
split earth, a level 2 split earth that took like 1/4 of his health right there.
I agree. I mean, that's not the position you want to be in if you're Terrorblade in this early game. Your Meepo's already farming away, you're not gonna have enough space to come back into this.
You know, I think the problem with the Meepo pick in the current meta is the gold and EXP swings that happen on account of an inflated hero like the Meepo is just ridiculous. I mean,
Top
okay,
lane
he's
though,
going for the kill there.
Leshrac, he might be in some trouble. Good, does find the poof and the net as well, and he's gonna end up finding the kill, but no! The
The
two-man
hell?
stun by Evil Ash, buying him some more time, and that's gonna be enough to dissuade the chase.
I mean, there was an opportunity to poof earlier there with the second.
Okay, at the same time,
Meepo.
Witch Doctor is gonna get gone upon somewhere else. Looks like the Doom ended up falling, and now they gotta also find the Witch Doctor. Nevermore. He's trying to poof and turn around, but he's dropping pretty low himself. Power Strike up on A35 has it, and Evil Ash is gonna steal that with the lightning.
Didn't even need it.
Indeed.
But yeah, again, so every time this Meepo dies, he's giving up a lot more gold than any of his own teammates. And I believe there was also a change in the way comeback gold or rather death gold works. It's no longer dependent on your entire team's net worth, although it's dependent on the individual hero's net worth.
probably
So
the previous
when you
match,
kill
right?
an individual hero, okay, bottom lane.
Okay, bottom lane looks like Yomi's can end up falling once again. Aethershock is not gonna find the kill. One charges to secure his life.
Yeah, but yeah, as I was saying, because it's now based on the individual hero's net worth and EXP, Meepo, despite his team being so far behind, will almost always be on par with at least the enemy 3 position heroes, and killing him is just so valuable.
I agree. This Meepo is not gonna be having a good time trying to fight and dying. And I think this Meepo should just prioritize on getting his Blink Dagger going for himself. Once he has a Blink, he can start joining his team with the team fights, and with something like Fissure and Witch Doctor cast, he certainly can secure kills around the map. Look at this, Archmage level 8. Terrorblade is gonna have to come towards the mid lane to try and do something. Smoke, the Fissure will block off Archmage, but he's just turning it around with the Astral and I mean, Sanity's Eclipse and Arcane, but he can't find the kill on Nevermore. Mystery Player picks that up somewhere
Well, finally they're
else.
gonna get a kill, at least on Archmage, so
Yep,
Terrorblade
that's
picks up some extra money in his pocket and Nevermore ends up surviving that.
well, it did give some extra gold, but he's still at the top of the net worth.
Yeah,
Not
it's also
much has
coming at
changed
the
for
cost
Archmage.
of their tier 1 on the top lane. I mean, it looks like this tower is gonna be uncontested. A35 is gonna pick up a quick Blink Dagger because of that, and the Shaq is showing no signs of slowing down either.
Yeah, now picked up the arcane boost for himself as well. I think he's gonna be going for the Atos. Does have a Tracer queued up, but I might be wrong. Could go for the drums as well. What do you think you go for on this support Leshrac? Because I haven't really played this hero a lot, and I don't know how you would itemize them if you're playing him on a position 4.
Good question. I haven't seen a 4 position Leshrac in a while, to be honest. But at this point, I think they're just having fun. Can you really call a 3000 net worth hero 8 minutes in a 4 position? Look at him. He's
Yeah, I mean-
significantly more farmed than the most farmed hero on the side of AT Gaming.
RG, they have smoked up, looking to invade the jungle of ATE, Terrorblade. He's level 6 but it's not put any points in the Sunder. Now the Power Strike as well as the splitters from Eolash gonna be able to find the kill onto the Terrorblade, and they'll secure it with the lightning. And the Caustic Finale once again, this Terrorblade not having a fun time in this game at all. Mid lane.
11 to 1. Well, scratch
Wait,
that.
hold
It's
that
gonna be
thought,
12 to
835.
1.
Witch Doctor might just end up falling. He's trying to get the deny up, but he's not going to be successful in doing so. Archmage picks up the Witch Doctor as well as a tower kill. Insult to injury being added there for ATE, not giving them the tower deny either.
I mean, it's also at that point where AT Gaming is just struggling to find any farm on their Meepo, right?
Yep.
Meepo wants to
Oh.
go to the jungle and farm and then come out with an item and EXP advantage.
That is fine.
Unfortunately, he's just having no joy.
Uzbek is in position, trying to find the tool here. Might just end up doing so. The Avalanche toss just to harass him a little bit and pop the Scotch Toad.
I think that was the goal. They put the Scorched Earth on cooldown and then try and make another play. But fortunately for the Doom, this time around, there's a smoke rotation coming out. But it's all been spotted. One cheeky observer ward there from ROG Titans has watched this 4-man rotation towards the bottom lane, allowing
Oh my.
Tiny to stay alive.
Yeah, this Tiny is not gonna be getting ganked anytime soon because of that ward by Zed's bug. Looks like they did ping it out, so they are aware that this ward is up. They ended up dewarding it. If nothing else, they do find 100 gold. As the game goes on, whose lineup do you think is gonna be better towards, say, the late game? Is it gonna be ATE or is it gonna be ROG Titans? I feel, despite the late game heroes on the side of ATE, ROG is still gonna be better just because they have the greedier and better farming drought. I mean, Leshrac is doing well.
Leshrac is about to die though.
Oh, Leshrac is about to die, as you say, and gonna get killed with the Fissure, but now. Oh god, terribly. It's gonna end up falling in now. The Astral as well, they're gonna find the kill onto the Doom. I keep saying Astral, I keep forgetting that it's Sanity's Eclipse, but...
Call it the hammer, man, I think.
The hammer.
That's the safest way to go. But yeah, you were talking about which lineup would be better. If all things were even, I'd probably say ATE Gaming had a decent enough shot in the late game, but 11 minutes in, it's 14-2. With a score with a net worth lead of 9,000 in favor of ROG Titans. I'm not sure how ATE bounces back here. Like, it's gonna take a miracle where Smoke somehow gets a good 4-man Echo Slam with proofs on top
mid
of it.
lane looks like Nemo might end up dropping here, and Adrenaline Rush. Evil Ash finding that kill all by himself. Zed is back. He's looking to get the Witch Doctor as well. Adrenaline Rush. He's gonna pop the Diabolical Elix. Stun to follow up. ZXC comes in, secures the kill. Charisbug is gonna find it. They might just find more. A35 with the Burrow Strike from the edge. Smoke. Caustic is gonna be popping soon, and ZXC tosses Zerisbug onto the corpse of the Earthshaker, finds the kill.
Well, ATE Gaming just getting pummeled here. At least the patch is in their favor though, right? I mean, we've been speculating that long drawn out games allow for comebacks in this current meta. However, at this point, I'm not sure if ATE Gaming are beyond the point of no return.
Yeah, they have the Doom, but they haven't popped it a single time since they found that level 6, and now looks like they might be able to do so. Do smoke up here. Mage.
Okay, he missed the Fissure.
Okay, and he's just gonna go and give up his life. But the Doom, trying to find it, mid animation, can't find it, gets juked once again. Epicenter from A35 bringing smoke down low, and Zeus might just be able to die without getting that Doom off, and he will.
That was just painful to watch.
Oh
Piss
boy.
poor execution.
Hold that thought, though.
I mean, I want to call out. I'm gonna call a spade here. That Fissure should have connected. It should have blocked off the OD, and they should have got that kill on the OD at the very least. I mean, granted, there would have been a follow up with a blink epicenter and all that.
Thought A35. He's gonna jump in once again like a madman and find the Earthshaker. With the help of the Observer Ward, landed here by ZXC. I mean, by Zerisbug. What am I saying?
12k, 19-3, 13 minutes in. I mean, we are happy when games go at
I thought ZXC might find Terrorblade here. Avalanche just to fall up as well. Terrorblade is gonna end up falling.
We usually get happy when games go over a kill a minute. At this point, ROG Titans themselves have more than a kill a minute.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's nearly double. You have 23 kills overall in this game so far, 30 minutes in. Oh, Shadowblade popped by Tiny. He's no signs of slowing down, and now A35 with the Burrow Strike and the toss with the help of the Tiny, they find the kill on the Doom. Man,
I gotta say, ROG Titans have proven to be quite impressive here. I felt like the lineup was, at least the draft seemed fairly even. It could have gone either way, however, they're just outplaying their opponents every step of the way.
Yeah. Well, credit to ROG, they have made changes to the roster, picked up ZXC for the carry role. Seems to be working out for them very well as he's running well with the team. Terrorblade, wait, where is he? There he is.
All eyes on Meepo though. I mean, he's got the Blink Dagger. Maybe if they can somehow pull off a Blink Dagger on Smoke's Earthshaker, we might be able to see a bit of a comeback.
I think you need to wait for Smoke to hit level 6 here. He's still level 4 on this Earthshaker. That's just atrocious. The Witch Doctor is level 7. I mean, come on, man, Smoke. You need more levels in this, buddy.
Yeah, I bet he's feeling the pain himself. They really should be letting him take the Tombs of Experience this game.
Yeah. Well, they are gonna pop the Smoke for now, but looks like RG are not aware that this is happening. Smoke, of all people, is gonna be leading the charge. Might find a Tiny here, but where's the detection? Kalike only has one sentry ward, and that's it. That's all the detection they have, ATE, for this Tiny. Oh, but the ward, gonna spot them out. thinking of going in. They do gonna find the ZXC on the backline, and now Nevermore jumps in with the boost, finds the kill. Burrow strike onto 3. The Doom, he's gonna get shackled, but he's pretty damn tanky. Nevermore dropping pretty low, and now Sanity's Eclipse is gonna finish him off. Witch Doctor ends up dying as well. Triple kill for Archmage.
That was
He's gonna blink
nasty.
forward. Smoke, he's sitting in the trees. Archmage does not see him. Wait, did he get picked
Yeah,
out?
they're gonna get this kill. I think it's inevitable that he's gonna die.
Wait, is he gonna get spotted? Archmage, you just need to inch a little bit forward, buddy.
He's dead. He's dead. He's not gonna get away from it.
Oh, wait, what?
Okay,
Oh,
never mind.
that-
I was wrong.
Is he gonna get shackled? Yeah, they're gonna find the Earthshaker. He's not running away anytime soon. I mean, he will actually try to kill steal that, but Archmage, the master of kill stealing, is gonna find the kill with the Arcane up there.
Bottom, ZXC. He's got
Oh,
eyes
no.
on a Terrorblade with an Invis pop from his Shadow Blade. He's tailing him.
But just gonna
looking for the
pop
pick
away
off.
soon. Is he gonna be able to find the kill?
Not
This
moving
Terrorblade
towards
might
his
just have to
base.
pop the Sunder. He's just gonna get Avalanche toss, but now Nevermore. With the net, he's gonna be able to find the Tiny. Fissure as well, stopping A3 Prime from getting the Burrow Strike off, but ZXC is dropping pretty low, and now the Dust as well. They might be able to find ZXC. The wand has been popped, and he does end up. A35 might be in some trouble. Maledict upon him. On the backline, Archmage finds the kill on the Meepo, and now with the Burrow Strike onto A35, is he gonna drop? No, not yet. Now the Leshrac and the Archmage on the backline trying to find Kalnak, but the Coconut bouncing around them and keeping them at bay.
Oh, he got him. Terrorblade
Oh.
got as well on the side. They should get this kill on him too.
Oh, no, he's gonna
Archmage
be
is
hexed
coming
up.
in with stolen intelligence.
Mystery
This is
player.
the mystery player going down.
Yeah,
Easy
he's
peasy,
not gonna
lemon
get Thunder
squeezy.
off.
Triple kill for Archmage. He's beyond godlike. And the best that the Earthshaker can do at this point is creep skip. Oh man, he's gonna die as well.
Oh boy, he doesn't have a TP. Archmage, no mercy. No rest for the wicked either. Ultra kill for Archmage too.
There it
Nice.
is.
Okay, GG, well played. 17 minutes in with a 17k net worth lead. ROG do find the game against ATE Gaming.
Unfortunately, AT Gaming just outmatched. There's really no analysis that can be thrown out here. I think your starting point if you're AT Gaming is to go back, watch the game. Don't watch this game beyond the 10-minute mark because nothing really mattered after that. Up until the 10-minute mark, maybe there were a couple of things they could have done differently. Consider not bringing the Meepo into that one rotation to the top lane. Consider just waiting out, riding out the early game storm and fighting towards the mid game. Prioritize Earthshaker's levels and EXP. I mean, among other things, I'd say, you know, those are good areas to start working on for AT Gaming. But RG Titans, just a class apart, and once again, they're showing why we do consider them to be one of the top 2 teams in this league.
I agree. Well, that's it for today, folks. Thank you for tuning in to ESL India Premiership. CloudX, you want to mention your social media over here?
Sure, you can find me at facebook.com/TheRealCloudX. I'm also on Twitter with the handle @TheRealCloudX. How about you, Floki?
Well, you can find me on Facebook at FlokiDota, and that's all social media there is for me. Thank you for tuning in. Do tune in
Guys,
tomorrow
he has like
for-
5 likes. Can someone please go like his page? The guy needs some love.
Well, I mean, that can't really replace all the love that my dad did not give me, but that's okay.
Okay, that's it. I think we call it a night here before this stream goes NSFW. See you guys. Thank you for watching. Thanks, Floki, for having me. I'll see you guys later.
Okay, and RG Titans securing their 3rd victory for themselves in the Masters League of the ESL India Premiership. If you guys have missed out any of the games that have already been played, you can head out to our YouTube channel and see all the games right there, whether it's Clash Royale, Counter-Strike, or Dota 2. I would like to thank our esteemed sponsors, HyperX, Intel, and of course, Omen by HP, and all of us at Norman Gaming for you guys for tuning in today. And we will see you tomorrow live again at 6:30 p.m. IST with all the latest games from the esports arena of Clash Royale.